In this video, we will look at some of the Vim commands. If you are using Terminal and Vim for programming, then these commands will be really useful. First thing that we will do is we will create an empty folder, and in order to do that, we will type mkdir megdir, and we can call it test folder, and we will enter inside this folder by typing cd and then the name of the folder, which is a test folder. Now, in order to create a file, we can either type vim and file1.txt. What that would do is it will enter inside that file. Or what we can also do is we can also do touch file1.txt, and when we press enter, this will create the file. And now we can enter inside this file by typing vim file1.txt. So now that we are inside this file, what I would suggest is that try typing anything, and you will notice that you won't be able to type anything. And that's because we have to enter the insert mode. And in order to enter the insert mode, we have to press I. And you will notice that in the bottom left section, which says file1.txt, as soon as I press I, it will disappear and we will see insert instead, as you can see. And that's the first command, I, which is the insert mode. And when we are in the insert mode, this allows us to type anything that we want. And while when we are in the insert mode, this is pretty much when we type most of our code. The second command that we will look at is escape. And when I press the escape key, that insert will disappear. And when we are in the escape mode, this is when we can run a lot of the other Vim commands, and I will show some of those commands. Next command that we will look at is it will save the file. And in order to do that, what we will do is we will press the escape key, and then we will have the colon and W. And I will press the escape key, and the insert in the bottom left section will disappear. And we will press colon W and press enter, and this saves the file. The next command that we will look at is it will close the file. And in order to do that, we will type escape, and then we will have colon and Q. But before we do that, what we will do is we will save the file so it can save all of this. And then I will type colon and Q, and it will exit the file. Another thing that we can do is we can also save and exit at the same time. And in order to do that, what we would have to do is again, we would have to be in the escape mode. And what we will do is we will press the escape key, and then we will press colon WQ, and we will press enter, and it will save the file and as well as exit the file. And as we see that all of the changes are made. Next command that we will look at is it will enable the syntax. And in order to do that, we will press escape, and then we will type syntax space on, and this will enable syntax highlight. So I will do syntax on, but it won't change any of the colors because the text file that we are working with right now, it's a .txt file. So what I will do is I will change the file from file1.txt to file1.c. And now when we go inside the file, we can see that all of the numbers are syntaxed. And when we do syntax off, it will turn off the syntax. And when we do syntax on, it will turn on the syntax. The sixth command that we will look at is it will enable the mouse. And in order to do that, we will do escape set mouse equals A, and this enables mouse. So right now, if you try to click anywhere inside this window, and if it doesn't let you do that, what you would do is you would press escape colon set mouse equals a. You can have the equals a just like this, or you can have space, and both would be fine. And this will enable the mouse. The next command that we will look at is, it's called yank. And in order to, and what yank does, yank copies however much portion that's highlighted. So in order to do that, I will just press escape, and then I will just keep on clicking the mouse until it highlights the entire line, and then I will press Y. And in order to paste, which is the eighth command, what we will do is we will press the P key, and that will paste. So I will escape again, and then I will just keep on pressing P, and what this will do is it will print this line that we previously copied. Next command that we will look at is cut, and in order to cut, we will just press the X key, and I will press escape, and now what I will do is I will copy this, I will cut this portion, and I will bring it down here, and I will press P so I can paste this here, and I will highlight all of this portion again, and I will press X again, and I will bring it down right here, and I will press P again, and I will paste it back up here again. Next command that we will look at is it will delete, and in order to do that, what we will do is we will again be in the escape mode, and what we will do is, and there are two different ways to delete. So the first one would be that we will press D twice, and what this will do is it will remove whichever line that we are at. So right now when we press D twice, it will remove this line, and when we do this again, it will remove that line again. And another way to delete is to highlight a portion and then press D, and this will delete this portion. Next command that we will look at is undo, and in order to do undo, we will be in the escape mode, and we will press U, and it will undo. And the undo feature is similar to the undo feature that you might have used in Microsoft Word or Google Docs. So what I will do is I will have some numbers here, and now what I will do is I will copy this portion, and I will have this right here, and then I will have this right here. So when I press U now, and I will be in the escape mode, this portion right here will be undone, and now when I press U again, this portion will be undone, and when I press U one more time, all of these numbers from 1 to 6 will be undone. Next command that we will look at is it will enable the line numbers, and in order to do that, we will be in the escape mode, and we will type :set space number, and this enables line numbers. Now I will press escape, and then I will press :, and then I will type set space number and press enter. Now I don't really keep this on all the time, so I don't include this in my vimrc file, but I will turn it on whenever I need it. The next command that we will look at is it will search for a word, and in order to do that, we will have the escape and then / and then the word that we're looking for, and we can find words or phrases with this, and I will have / and then I will type ESC. So right now we are on line 18, and when I press lowercase n, it will find the escape on line 19, and when I press lower n again, it will find the escape on line 20. Now when I press the uppercase n, it will find the escape on line 19, and when I press uppercase n again, it will find the escape on line 18. Next command that we will look at is it will highlight the words that we searched for, In order to do that, we will be in the escape mode again. And what we will do is we will have to type colon set and HL search, and this will enable search highlight. So we will press escape and then we will press colon set HL search and press enter. And because we previously searched for the escape word, it will show us all of the escapes that we have in this document. And whenever we press the lower N, it will find the next escape word, and whenever we press the uppercase N, it will find the previous escape word. The next command that we will look at is which will turn off the highlight. So now let's just say that when you are done with the word and you don't want to see these highlights anymore, what we will do is we will press the escape key and then we will type colon NOH, and this will disable search highlight. So I will press escape key colon and NOH, and this will remove all of the highlights that we had. Next command that we will look at is it will go to that line, and in order to do that we will be in the escape mode, and here I will just type 24, and in this case what this will do is it will just go to that line, and what I will do is I will copy these, and let's just say that if we had a really long document, and in this case this is 173 lines, and if your code was really long in one file and if you wanted to go to some specific part of the code in that file, what you would do is you would just type the colon, and then let's just say if you just type 100 and then press enter, it will bring you to this line, to that 100th line. And if you wanted to go to the 10th line in the document, and then it would bring you right here. And it's really useful. Like I said, when you have a really long piece of code in one file, this will be really handy. The next command that we will look at is it will set the margin, and in order to do that, what we will do is we will have the colon and we will type set color column equals, and again I will just type let's just say 24 here, but you can have whatever margin that you like, that you would prefer to have. And now I will press the escape key and colon and set color column equals 24, and when we press enter, what this will do is it will set the margin at the 24th character. I would usually set my column at about the 80 or the 81st, and this pretty much gives enough width that I can type the code without going overboard and making the code too wide, which can make it a bit hard to read the code. And if you don't want to have the margin, what you can do is you can set color column equals 0, and this will just get rid of the margin. The next command that we will look at is it will perform word completion, and in order to do that we would have to be in the insert mode, and that's the one that we are in right now. So in order to do that, what we would do is I will just type vim1, vim2, vim3, vim4 and vim5, and when we type, let's just say vi, and what I will do is I will hold control and then I will press N, and what this will do is it will give us all these suggestions, and it will let us know that hey, you have vim1, vim2, vim3, vim4 and vim5, and which one do you want to use. So let's just say that we want to use vim4, and I will just press enter and it will change it to vim4. The next command that we will look at is multiple line selection, and what this will do is it will select multiple lines, and in order to do that we will be in the escape mode, and we will press and hold the control key with V. And there are few more commands, there are few more steps to it, and I will try my best to make it as simple as I can. And so right now we are at line 22, and what we want to do is we want to make the change that we are about to make in all of these lines from line 22 to 28. So right now what I'll do is I will press escape and the insert mode will disappear. Now what we will do is we will press and hold the control key, and as soon as we press V, this visual block will appear. Now what this allows us to do is this allows us to select the lines where we want to make the change. So what we will do is we will you can either press J or the down arrow key, and this will let us select the lines where we want to make the change. So right now we're making change on lines 22 and 23, and I'll keep on coming down. So now we will be able to make the changes from lines 22 to 28. And in order to enter the text mode or the insert mode, what we will do is we will press and hold the shift key and then press I. Now you can see that we are in the insert mode. So now we can type the text that we want to have, and we will type we are learning Vim. And when we press escape, it will make the change to all of these lines. Okay, so with this multiple line selection, we can not only add text to multiple different lines. Another thing that we can also do is we can also remove text from multiple different lines. So I'm in the escape mode right now, and what I will do is I will press the control V, and what you will see again is we are in visual block, and what I will do is I will keep on pressing J, and I will keep on pressing. You can either press the H key or the left key and keep on pressing it until we are right here. And now you can either press the D key or the X key, and what this will do is it will remove all of this highlighted text. Final and the last command that we will look at is it will search and replace. And in order to do that, we will be in the escape mode, and then we will type %s /, and here we will have the word that we want to replace, and we will have, let's just say Vim, and then we will have the /, and then we will replace this with destination. And if you just press enter, what this will do is it will just replace all of the Vim words that it finds in this document, and it will just simply replace it with destination. But what we want to do is we want to have a / and GC. What GC will do is it will get confirmation from us, and it will ask us for each change if we confirm that that change or not, and then we can either press Y for yes and N for no. And before I run this, what I will do is I will turn on the search highlight, and we will do this by typing set hl search, which is this command right here. And now what we will do is we will press the escape key and then type %s /vim /destination /gc. And now it will ask us that, hey, do you want to make these changes? So right now it's asking us if we want to make this change. We don't want to change this, so I will just press send for this. And now we are here, and it's asking that do you want to make this change, and we want to make this change, and I will press Y, and Y. And here it will tell us that we were able to make this change on 6 lines. Now there are several different variations to this, and one variation that I will include is let's just say that if we wanted to make the change within a certain range, then what we would do is we would have the colon, and let's just say we wanted to start making the changes from line 25 to line 30. Then we would have 25, 30, and then we would have S, and then we would have /, and let's just say maybe we wanted to change destination to vim, and then we will have the forward slash, and then we will have gc. And what this will do is it will perform search and replace within line range. And this is really useful when we have a really long piece of code, but we are only interested in making a small change, let's just say inside from lines 25 to 30. So what I will do is I will copy this line right here, and let's just say that this was a code that we were working with, and we don't want vim to like go all the way down, like up and down, and we only want vim to make changes right here. So what we will do is we will press escape, and then we will type colon and 25 comma 30 s forward slash destination forward slash vim forward slash gc, and then we will press enter. And now we know that vim is right here because everything else is yellow and this is the only one that's gray. So we will press Y because we want to make this change. And now it made the first one, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth. So now, and it will not go down anymore because that's why we told Vim that hey, only make changes between lines 25 and 30. And with this search and replace, we can not only replace one single word with another one single word. What we can also do is we can also replace one single word with a phrase or a long sentence. So let's just say that we wanted to change this right here, Vim to Vim is amazing. So what we will do is we will press escape, and then we will press the colon key, and then we will have 25 comma 30 s and forward slash Vim. So we will change this Vim word to Vim is amazing and forward slash gc, and we will press enter. And now Vim is right here, so we will press Y, and it will make all these changes. And we were able to make these 6 changes. There are a lot more, but these are pretty much all the commands that I've used. I use some more than others. I can completely understand if these were overwhelming. I don't have all of these memorized. I know about 15 of these, and that's because I use these the most, and these are also the simpler ones. And then I will reference multiple line selection or search and replace if I haven't used these in some time. But if you keep using them, you will be able to pick up the simpler ones. I hope this video was useful in showing you some of the Vim commands. I will have the link to this in the description. In the next video, I will start coding in C.